Hey everybody, this is Cassie. Wanted to do a video of some garden details. So far I have 75 pounds of potatoes out, and I have a row of spinach, a row of kale, a row of peas, 2 rows of Grand Rapids lettuce. I have 1 row dedicated to salad bowl lettuce, and I have another row of half butter crunch lettuce and half iceberg lettuce. And let's see, I have many things started in starter containers. So peppers, tomatoes, cantaloupe, watermelon. It's the main 4 things I have. Actually, that's probably it, but I have them in several starter containers. So I've also been working on our strawberry beds. That's been the highlight so far. Um, we've been like filling up the beds with compost, and at the bottom of the beds, they're made up of just regular soil that I found around the yard and some mulch material. And usually at the very bottom of the beds, I use sticks, little bits of like debris and things. So I will be starting cucumber, zucchini, yellow squash, butternut squash, beans, corn. I'll be starting all that at the beginning of May. And I don't grow those, I don't start them indoors, I directly sow them. The main things that I would start indoors are tomatoes, peppers, melons, because those things have a long growing season. Celery has a long growing season, but I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have success with celery. I don't really know I don't know the best conditions for celery, so I'm just not worrying about that this year. And other root vegetables besides potatoes, like beets and carrots and turnips, onions, that stuff, I don't think I'm gonna worry about it anymore. It's too, what's the word? Well, it's kind of like potatoes. You know, they'll take up most of your garden, and really it's just as easy and just as cheap to buy it at the store. Organic carrots are really cheap. Like a little 3-pound bag is $1. I don't really, who eats a lot of carrots unless if they're juicing, but anyway. Same with cabbage and broccoli. That stuff is so cheap at the store, and I never have success with it. I I don't have success with cabbage and broccoli because of the bugs. So since it's those things that attract bugs so much, I would need some sort of like repellent. I'm just not going to worry about it. It's wasting my time. Now, I did have some success with broccoli last year, but I probably bought like 30 or cabbage plants, and I transplanted them in my grandparents' garden, or in my garden at my grandparents', and then slugs, beetles, snails, just everything came out of the woods. Just everything was just coming at the cabbage. And that was like the beginning of March, and bugs were still just swarming. So I just felt I just feel that fruit and greens produce the best for my money. I I had just a little a little triangle bed. It's probably, let me look. It's probably about 20 foot long and actually it might be 30 foot long and like 20 by 20, something like that. I'm so bad at estimating feet, but anyway, so it's really just a small bed, and I'm gonna be planting my melons there this year, but and I'm not really for sure I should plant melons there because it gets kind of shade around 1 to like 3 p.m. something like that. But I planted broccoli there last year and it done pretty good, but the beetles swarmed it. And I would pick them off. I wouldn't kill them. No, 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 no. I would pick them off though and just kind of toss them, and really that doesn't do very much help. But now I know that I should probably plant things around it. So maybe like a little outline of something that the beetles would want to go to instead, or something I can just like, relocate them at. Something that Matthew David talks about in his vegan gardening videos. I really like him. He's really inspirational, very smart guy. Anyway, but really, I planted probably 40 broccoli plants, and maybe 7 of them got decent heads. But then when I put them in like a meal, it's really not a lot. It's not enough for me. So the heck with that stuff. So that fall though, that was in the spring where I planted broccoli. So in the fall, I planted a big red leaf lettuce bed, and I probably had four or 5 big wide rows instead of narrow rows, and I didn't have any problems with bugs eating them at all. I kind of had to clean off like every individual leaf because it did have a bug on it, but nothing ate on it. I think bugs are after like tough greens, not tender. So that's something to think about. But anyways, these greens put off for 4 months, 3 to 4 months, and I had a salad this big every day. I could have got more every day, because the way I done it, I crowded the seeds in all in that wide row. I just crowded them in, and the rows were short, not long. So that's pretty much what I've been doing this year, just short, fat rows, and then just crowding everything in, because that lettuce, I had such success with that last year. I didn't have any weeds. I didn't have any bug problems. It was perfect. And now that I think about it, like a big salad that this big every day for 3 to 4 months. Think about how much I saved. Wow, and talk about getting your calcium and your B12 in when it comes from your soil. So, okay. So, I will have a lot to do. I'm already doing a lot. I got back from North Carolina a month ago, and I'm already kicking ass. I've been buying lots of strawberry plants. I bought 4 more blueberry plants, so now I have a total of 8 blueberry plants. I will do a garden tour. and then show you what my vision is later for my properties that I'm working on. But I have two gardens at my mom's. So one's a big garden up on the hill, and one's a small garden, the little triangle that I grew my greens in last year, or last fall. And then I have, you know, 3 strawberry beds on the other side. So really that's like 3 gardens. And then at my grandparents' I have a big, big, gigantic garden that they used to work on, now they don't. And across from their road, which they also own like a little strip of property, I've got that tilled up. Well, I don't have it tilled up. I've got it plowed. It needs to be tilled, but that's gonna have corn and beans, maybe some tomatoes. I don't know, something in it. And let's see. My cousin Lisa, she wants me to grow a big bean garden in her backyard. So I've been working on that too. I've had many people tell me they want me to go to their house and show them the ropes. I'm totally willing to do that. I would like to do something like John Kohler does. That would be awesome. Make videos, give people some advice. I've got a blog that I do give gardening advice at, but it's, you know, it doesn't generate a lot of traffic. But that's okay, because I know it's, you know, it's only a couple years old, the blog is, so maybe in the future when I get a bigger setup, maybe by then I'll have a bigger audience. So anyway, this is Cassie, I'm signing off. Peace be with you.